Welcome to the One Stop Vids. I'm Professor Jack. He's the Dr. Dinosaur. Today I'll be playing Professor Jack. He'll be playing Little Timmy.
I will.
So we're gonna try something serious with this.
Yeah. So, here's the breakdown of what we're going to try and do over our next quite a few videos on Mondays. We're starting a new segment called Magic Class Monday. And we said, you know what, we want to be able to teach the game to a new set of players, because I have some friends who actually want to learn how to play, and I just never find a good time to really sit down and teach them.
And we thought this would be the best way to introduce new players and our own friends on how to play.
Especially a lot of people, when you do teach them, it's just too much information to take in all in one sitting. That's why we figured we'd just shoot multiple under 10-minute videos and keep
We're
showing
gonna try to
them.
keep it in 10 minutes. It might go over, but
Yeah, but if we keep showing them, you know, on Mondays, and people watch gradually, and even if they just wait until we have a bunch saved up, or if they're just watching them every week, they'll understand the basics, what things represent why, and how to.
yeah. We're not gonna really get into like deep rules. If you want to do that, go to Judge's Corner, and that will give you the more in-depth rules, which is gonna teach you the most basic format of it.
Yep.
So we're gonna be starting out with like what the card types are, and we're gonna be starting off with land, basic land. By the way, there are dual lands and other lands. Should probably help at the beginning. A basic land such as plains, forest, mountain, swamp, and island. Now, what they do is they're your allowance in Magic. So, if something costs 2 and a blue, you need an island and 2 of any color. Or 3 and a blue. Let's do that. Something like that.
So you're saying that I has to have 1 island and 3 any other color manas to play this?
Yes.
And you're saying that any one of these 5 different cards here is a mana card?
It is. That's your allowance.
Okay.
You can play 1 per turn.
So... And I need to have a blue to play them.
Yes.
So
you need 4 altogether.
So what I'm getting from this is it's probably not a smart idea to try and throw all 5 colors in one.
It's possible, but it's really hard and really expensive to do that.
Okay.
So when you're starting out, I would recommend sticking to 1 to 2 colors.
1 to 2 colors?
Yes.
Okay.
Any
Now,
other questions you have?
well, you've already explained that there's multiple different types of cards, and I'm sure you'll get through that at some point.
Yep.
Is the rules, like, is there only, like, so many cards, or can I have 500 cards in a deck?
You can have a minimum of 60 cards in Standard, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage.
And I'm guessing those are all different formats with slightly
They are-
different rules,
Yes,
which we'll probably explain in a different video.
we will.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Any pick a card questions?
No, I figured I'd let you explain all the types.
Okay. We're going to be starting out with a Planeswalker. Planeswalker are one of the newer card types. What they are is it's like the best way to explain. The best way to explain a Planeswalker is it's a separate player that gets 1 free card per turn.
So I can play a card that's also a player?
Technically, yes. It's not considered a player, and right now in the middle of a rules changing, so in the future I might have to change that, but right now I consider it as an extra player who helps you.
So you're saying I count as a planeswalker?
In the words of Magic, yes, you start out being a Planeswalker.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm already important, I think.
What he does is he gets a... First, he has a loyalty counter of 5. He has a +1, a -2, and a -7. The +1 brings your loyalty counter up. The -2 and -7 bring it down.
So when I pay the mana thingies to play him, he starts out at a 5?
Yes. So you can do the +1 or -2. You cannot do his -7.
Okay.
His -7 is either going to kill him or bring him down a lot. It's going to bring him down 7 points.
So is it not a smart idea to use the -7?
Depending on the what's going on in your game.
So it can possibly be a big game-changing effect.
It can win games, it can lose games. A lot of people won't let you get him up to the point where you can use the 7.
Okay. But that's a good thing then, because if he counts as a player, would people attack him separately from me?
Yes, they have an option of directing damage to you or directing damage to the Planeswalker.
So me being a new player, I could just see to throw a bunch of these in a deck, so then my opponents won't be hitting me, they'll be hitting them.
You could do that, but the issue with that is they're really high on their CMC, which is converted mana cost, which is their 2 island and swamp. So most of them are like a 4 to 5 drop, and you're not going to get anything on the field until turn 4 or 5.
So how many Planeswalkers would you consider putting in those decks?
I normally run either a playset or 3.
And what is a playset?
A playset of a card is 4 of any type of card except for basic land.
So you're saying other than basic land, you can only have 4 of a card in your deck?
That's correct, Timmy.
Yay! I
You're
learned
very
something.
good. Unless you're playing Commander, which is a different animal. We'll get to that in a different video.
Okay.
The next card we're going to do is a creature card. This is just an elf. There are many different types of creatures, subtypes.
Yeah.
These are the things that you attack with and they defend you.
So that's what I use to kill other people.
Yes, they are your pawns in chess, more or less.
Okay.
Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. This specific one is more or less a defending one because it doesn't have an attack, but it has toughness. Once your creatures hit a 0 toughness, it's dead, unless it has indestructible.
So the 0 is his attack and the 3 is his toughness?
Yes.
Oh, so when people attack me, I can choose to block with my creatures too.
Yes. Your creatures are your pawns defend you. Think of Magic as, I know I said Planeswalker earlier, but think of it as you're a king and your creatures are your army.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sorta.
Do you have any questions about that?
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay.
Not right now.
Creatures, they have a CMC. Some can be 0. They can go up to, I think 15 was the highest. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
But they do a bunch of different things. Some of them have abilities that can help you attack without being blocked. Some of them have abilities that enter the battlefield. They do a lot of different things.
Okay.
Next card on the list is a legendary creature. Now, a legendary creature, you can only have 1 legendary of that name on the field. So if you have...
So on the field, that means I can have more than 1 in my deck, but I just can't be playing 2 at the same time?
You can play 2 at the same time, but if you play the second one, you have to sacrifice the first one. Or I think it's bring it back to your hand. It's one of the 2.
I believe it's sacrifice.
I also believe it's sacrifice.
But back to little Timmy. Okay, so if I can only have 1, it must mean it's usually a better creature.
It's not a better creature. This one is artificial control, have hexproof. And hexproof is like it can't be a target of a spell.
That sounds really useful.
It can be.
So different creatures can bring on different abilities for other cards, and some, I'm assuming, just have their own abilities?
Yes.
Cool.
Are you all set with that one? Do you want any more explanation? Do you have any questions?
If you'll do abilities in another video.
Yeah, we'll do abilities in other videos, but I'm just asking if you have any other open questions about legendary versus regular creatures.
Not really.
Fair enough. Next card is a sorcery spell. Now, a sorcery spell, you have to play on your own turn, unless it has an ability that allows different.
So anytime in my turn, I could just play that card?
Yes. Though after your draw phase, but we're getting to steps in the next video.
I'm assuming with drawing, you probably do that right at the beginning of your turn.
That's the first thing you do. After it's the second thing you do. You untap and you draw.
Okay.
Now, sorcery spells are like throwing a... I don't want to say fireball because it's the name of my card. But throwing a fireball at your opponent. You throwing it at them instead of your creatures.
So it's like a wizard shooting a fireball out of his staff.
It's you, the planeswalker, shooting the fireball at someone.
Yeah. So it's like me reading a magic scroll to do that.
Yes. Exactly. It's you have to take it, so you step back, you have to read the scroll, and then you can shoot it on your turn.
Okay.
Next card is an instant.
So at like any point in my turn, I could play that card.
Yes.
So like in the middle of attacking, I can be like, oh.
You cannot do it as in response. You would have to do it in your main phase or your second main phase.
Okay, so other than when I'm attacking in my turn, I can use that card.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, next card is a instant card. Now, instants can be played at any point of the game, your turn or my turn. It's like a sorcery, so you can...
So that I can do right in the middle of a combat, too.
Yes. Say if I was attacking with a Birds of Paradise, you had the lightning bolt in hand. You can bolt the bird, and then the bird dies. You can play it on my turn when I play the card. You can play it on my turn when I attack you.
Yeah.
Or you can play on your turn if you really want to. But instances should always be saved for your opponent's turn unless it's a dire situation.
Okay.
Next card on this list is a enchantment. Enchantments are like sorceries, so you can only play it in your main phase and your second main phase.
Mm-hmm.
And they are a lingering spell. So it's going to stay on the field until it gets removed.
Okay.
So it's going to give all your creatures a pump. It's going to hurt your opponent every turn, or it's going to help you every turn.
So from what I'm getting from that, an enchantment sounds like it hits more of everything, whereas sorcery seems like it's a targeted effect.
For the most part, yes.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So are there like some enchantments that like specifically just target like one creature?
There are a few, yes.
Okay.
And there are a few that just stay forever.
So are those just enchantments, or are those like singular enchantments or something of that nature?
That'd be an aura enchantment. An aura enchantment would, or a equipment enchantment, would attach to a single creature.
Okay.
Or even a curse, which would attach to your opponent's creatures, or opponent themselves.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is a artifact. Now, an artifact it's pretty much a sorcery, just it doesn't have color identification. So it's just 2 of anything.
So that's why it's not one of these 5 colors?
It is, but it's not any of those 5 colors.
So that's why it has the manas, but it doesn't.
Yes.
It's silver and different.
These can do a number of things, from hurting your opponent, aiding you, giving you creatures, and the list goes on.
Okay.
They do almost anything you can imagine, because they're not limited to one color. Another thing is a artifact equipment card, which you would equip to a creature, like you're giving your soldier a sword for battle.
Yep.
It normally gives them like a plus
So
effect.
I could do that at any time too, or
You can play it in your main phase, the second main phase, and you can equip it in your main phase, the second main phase. There is a equipment cost and there is a play cost or casting cost.
Yep.
Do you have any questions about that one?
So say I had that on a creature and the creature died.
That would stay on the battlefield, but your creature would die.
Okay, so it's kind of like when the creature died, like when a soldier dies, he drops his gun, and somebody else can pick up that gun and shoot other people.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly like that.
So technically, if my elf guy died, somebody else could grab his glove and start punching other people in the face with it.
Yes, but you're gonna have to pay the equipment cost.
Okay.
So it's gonna be that guy running, dropping, and picking it up, more or less, is your equipment cost, which would be 2 in this instant.
Well, that seems fair.
Yeah. Next card is a artifact creature.
So artifacts, they're seeming like they can be multiple things. It seems like they can be tools, almost
Artifacts can be
equipments.
almost anything. They can be land, they can be creatures, they can be anything you really can imagine. They're really, the only difference between an artifact creature and a creature is the color identification. Some colors are good at one thing, other colors are good at the other thing.
So-
Artifacts kind of blend all the colors together.
So what I'm getting is you told me there was 5 colors. Artifacts almost like a 6th color.
They're almost
That's
a 6
less
color.
specific.
Yes.
Okay.
At least that's how I interpret them. Other people might interpret them in different manners, and if you do, please leave a comment on how you interpret it. The last card we have here, and this I believe is the newest card, is a vehicle artifact vehicle, which is not a vehicle, It is not a creature until it is crewed.
So even though it has a power and toughness, it doesn't just count as a creature right away?
No, it is just a artifact until you crew it.
So this one says crew 3. How do you crew 3 it?
Your creature has to have toughness of 3 to crew it.
Power.
3 to crew it.
Okay. So
We don't have any good examples.
technically, I could use this guy to crew this vehicle,
You could.
and this vehicle. Would this vehicle get this creature's power too with its attack? or
It will
no?
not. It will only stay at 5/5.
Oh, so you want to definitely.
You want to do something with the 3.
You want to crew it with a weaker creature to do more damage with the vehicle, is what I'm kind of getting out of it.
Most of the time, there are some vehicles that are exceptions to the rules because they make the vehicle stronger or they add an extra effect.
It's kind of like if I hit you in real life, it would hurt, but if I hit you in my car in real life,
would
I'd have
hurt
to
more.
drive my car.
Yeah,
It
more
would
or
do
less.
more. Okay.
Also, you have to equip it to block with it too. So you have to like drive and like block off the road instead of just your car staying on the side of the road.
Okay. So what I got from all those is, are cards only one color type or no?
Cards can be one color, cards can be 2 colors, cards can be up to 5 colors.
Oh. Now I noticed that one's gold and the artifacts were silver.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that...
A gold card simply means that it is a blend of 2 colors, a blend of 2 or more colors.
Okay.
And also, you see in the little area right there, you see a silver, a gold, a black, and a reddishy orangey gold. Each one of those is a card rarity. A black being common, so those are the easiest to find, normally cheapest cards to get. Blue or silver being uncommon, so they're a little bit harder to get. They cost a few cents more.
Now isn't it like you get so many common cards in a pack and then you get so many uncommon?
Yes, it is. You get 3 to 4 commons and 9 to 10. Yeah, 9 to 10 uncommons. The packs do differ.
You get more uncommons than you get commons?
Did I say that wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. You do. You get 9 to 10 commons and 3 to 4 uncommons.
Okay. And then, does you get a rare card in every pack?
You can get a rare or a mythic rare.
And
Mythic rares are just harder to find and no more
And
expensive.
that's that orangey one?
The orangey red one was a mythic rare.
Okay. And how many packs do you say you normally have to open up to get a mythic?
About 1 in 8.
1 in 8 packs has a mythic? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there... Sometimes can you get lucky and get 2 rare cards in a pack? Because you said you can get 3 to 4 uncommons.
You can get 2 rares. It would be what we call a hollow rare, or in
So there's holographic cards in Magic?
kind of. They just have like a shiny surface.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 2 more card types. I'm sorry. Let me go back. These are token creatures, or tokens. They're just something that is brought on by a creature's effect. You have a question about that?
No, I think I understand.
They're pretty simple to figure out.
It's not a real creature, it's made by something else, kind of.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's just a card representing it's not a real card because it doesn't have a back.
no. And there are also what we call emblems. Now these are only from Planeswalker effects. An emblem normally gives you something small or hurts your opponent a little bit per turn, or gives you something amazing too.
I found one of those foily cards.
Yes, foil cards. They're just shiny. They're pretty. They are bling.
So the foil cards aren't always better than regular cards.
Most of the time, if you had 2 Reckless Fireweavers, it's the same card. One is just shiny, and one is gonna be, let's say,
So
5
it's-
cents more.
So it's only an aesthetically pleasing thing to have the shiny.
Yeah, it's only visual.
Okay. But for the harder to find cards, if you get a shiny version of it, they're probably worth a bit more.
Yeah, it can be up to. You pulled the card the other day that was like 40 cents, and because it was shiny, it was 7.
So, like, this card here, the regular version of it might be $1,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one might be like $5. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's 7.
And the only difference is because it was shiny.
Yep. Oh, we actually have one more card. Do we ever put that one away?
What card?
The fancy one?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't have it with me. But if you look back on a past video, we opened a card called Mana Leak. That is a vintage card, but the border makes a difference. We call those Masterworks. There's a bunch of names for them. What that is just more or less a second-hand market card, or just a really, really fancy holo. It's holographic. It has a really fancy gold border. Some of them have different borders. It depends on what set you get it from.
It almost looks like it has a texture to it.
I don't believe they have textures. I believe they're more 3D printed, so it's like it's more emphasizing the art and more emphasizing the borders than it is like just having a plain card.
And the foil to that looks totally different from the foil to this, but as you said, the 3D printing makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's not like 3D printing like that. It's just they make it so it appears more 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put more depth into it. And all that is I think that one's just a land. No, that's an artifact. It's just your regular artifact. It's just a lot more expensive and a lot more prettier.
I like pretty things.
Me too. So I believe that concludes this lesson.
Yep.
Okay.
So now little Timmy wants to come up with a daily challenge.
What is your daily challenge,
He
Timmy?
wants all the pretty ladies to like this video.
Isn't everyone pretty?
True.
Everyone like this video.
Yeah.
And share it with your friends who are trying to learn magic.
Especially if they're pretty ladies.
Thank you, Timmy. Share this with your friends who are trying to learn magic. Share it with your friends who aren't trying to learn magic. Just to make them play the game, because it's a fun game.
Okay.
And have a great one.
Bye.
Bye-byes!